This is the Drag and Drop podcast.
Yeah, so, I mean, so many views on our shorts last week. We got 10,000 views. I only asked for 93, 94, 95, 10,000 views. Of course, we got more videos, but you guys are going wild on the YouTube shorts. We're on TikTok. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple. We're on all the places you can find podcasts. This is the Drag and Drop podcast.
We out here.
We're out here. Here's one of our good shorts from last. Or this is actually from the from the first episode? No, yeah. When did you talk about this?
This is one that you made. This might have been episode 3 or 4.
3 or
5.
I don't remember. But here we go. It's pretty funny. Check out these shorts.
Yeah, so I accidentally busted open. So you get those beef sticks for animals, right? And I accidentally busted one open and snacked it. And I'm like, this ain't half bad. So I've been just buying packs of cat beef sticks.
No,
and eating them
dude. No.
because they're really pretty good, and you save money.
So I know it's good quality food if it tastes fine for you.
There's
so
no way,
nice.
man.
Yeah, so
It's pretty funny, I thought.
yeah, check out the comments on that.
What
We got our first haters this week.
Idiot.
It default hides these negative comments, to be honest.
Really? Whoa.
Yeah, this one was hidden.
AI senses what's good and bad. Whoa.
Dude, this guy got trolled.
This dude commented. He capitalized every
What the
single first letter of every word.
If you could serial killer.
Yeah, right. He's going weird.
But yeah, we got some shorts. We've been pumping them out. Learn how to put captions and stuff on them. You know, using skills that we've gained over the years. Mostly
Use the internet. YouTube it.
YouTube it. Yeah.
It makes it sound like they work at a place that processes animal trades and food, but
Oh, this comment, not a chance.
not
dude.
actually, because it's
it's-
not how it works.
You can't maintain a science job with not being able to do complete sentences.
He doesn't type good.
It's
That's
not
like
even
old
fit.
school emo, dude. You just gotta caps everything.
This right here, dude. It's not even fit for cats.
I couldn't believe it when I read that comment.
Why not?
You liked it.
I just thought that was so weird of him to comment. You do know I had. Let's see. What does it say, Bellig? Do you want to read it for the people that
whole
aren't on
comment?
video? Yeah, that aren't on video.
All right. You do know that the food made for domestic pets is just scrap. Like I think it says good, but I think he means food. The scrap food we cannot sell to humans, and we run in a grinder that removes the skin, bones, and other remain. This is so hard to read because it's all capitalized. Don't believe me? I have a video of where I used to work and clean this nasty mush from the machines after running them. Ever ride a skate over a fish warehouse floor covered in blood? You never lived. Be content with your cat food. It's not even fit for cats.
Dude, he roasted me so hard.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's crazy. So you guys all have mechanical keyboards, right? Like you're real gamers.
Dude,
Yes,
I have
sir.
such a specific mechanical keyboard, man. I got 2008 or 9, I got the CM Storm trigger when Cooler CM is Cooler Master when they started making keyboards.
It doesn't mean anything to me really in keyboard.
Right, but it's my.
You wouldn't be serious
it's
if
my
you didn't
favorite.
say the whole technical product description. You know?
It sounded fancy.
It's the one. It's not that. It was. I think it was like $100.
It's
at
a
the time.
Gen 3, so it's kind of older.
But it was like one of the first ones they made, and I got it because it had the wrist rest. Because I used to only ever use keyboards with wrist guards, but this one nowadays doesn't have one. But I have an entire mouse pad thing under it, so it's kind of the same. But
Do you have clicky trigs?
yeah, I was getting to that, dude. I got the Cherry Amex Browns, which are in between, I believe, of the red and the blues. I believe the red are the kind of quiet ones, and the blues are the real clickies. I don't really know. I'm not up to date on the new colors, but
I thought the reds were the clickers.
maybe. But the reds and the blues are like different pressure sensitivity, and the browns are right in between. To me, browns sound the best and press the best. But I
think I have
switched to
browns,
like a Logitech keyboard for
I'm a
like
brown
5
kinda
years,
guy.
dude, and it sucked. So I checked out Cooler Master, and they released a new version of that same old keyboard I used to have. So that's what I use nowadays.
I bought one keyboard, and it's the only one I've ever used.
You've only had one keyboard your
Still
whole life?
works. Still works.
One keyboard?
Since I built my computer. And
How
what was
old is
that,
it?
2011, 12?
Dang, you've had the
It's
same
old.
keyboard for 12 years? That's crazy.
Yeah. When you helped me move that one time, you held it.
I held your
Held
keyboard?
it.
Yeah.
Weird.
Nailed it. I'm keeping it clean. Get all the cat hair out of there. Get all
Dude,
the
I got
skin and nail hairs out of there.
one of those air compressors. Like you put gallons of air in there, and I hit it with my keyboard. Ooh, it was. Oh, you need power, dude. PSI.
These are just from Dollar Tree.
You got to get the PSIs.
Trying to find my
I
keyboard.
talk about the keyboards on screen.
There it is.
Dollar Tree keyboards.
Dollar Tree keyboards, no way.
Dude, you got the real gamer. You got the rainbows.
This is my current keyboard right here.
You think they're ever gonna phase that out, like the rainbow gaming stuff, or is that just that's it forever now?
I don't even use it. It's all set to one color.
Dude, this
That's
says
it.
my switches are orange. Or no, yeah, Razer orange switch. I'm pretty sure is my keyboard.
Dude, you bought a fucking Razer?
He's a real gamer.
Should I get a
He's a
different
true
keyboard?
gamer.
Should I get a different keyboard?
It might as well be called Walmart Gaming, dude.
Really? Fuck, dude. Honestly, my 3 key comes off when I'm gaming really hard. My key just flies off, and then I lose the fight. I swear, it's happened like 50 times. You'd think I'd learn.
I've had a similar problem with my Logitech keyboard, where like the X key just stopped working. You know, or my period key, it would like just not take the input like 90% of the time.
Key, you say?
Next to the comma button. Yes, that one.
Was that another innuendo?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
All right, but anyways, Cherry MX Browns, man. That's the way to go.
Okay.
Dude.
So, can you recommend me a keyboard?
This keyboard.
Oh, that's the one? Cooler
This is it.
Master?
Well,
I thought that they made like fans.
they make
Their
fans.
keyboard?
They make cases, man. They got look at all these products they make, man. Look right here. They got
shit. They got peripherals, baby.
yeah, right here, dude. You got keyboards, mice.
All right, this is what we gotta know.
supplies.
Are they made in
Dude, I don't
China?
I don't want them to be made in America. Okay. Let's see. Like these are the
What
keyboards.
if they were
have
made
right
in
now.
like
Look
Italy?
at this, man. Nice pink one.
What if
Even
they
has
were made in Sudan? Seems like they could be made in Sudan.
Probably. I don't think they're made in Sudan. They don't really have the infrastructure. But the important thing to me on these keyboards is that they have like media buttons. Like this one right here. This pink one has a volume knob in the top right.
Oh, you can spin that knob to your desires.
Ooh.
With mine, I can like press like a function key and like page up to hit next on dongs, which is not the most convenient. But nowadays, I just don't do it.
I
too
think
much.
you're changing my mind on my Razer keyboard.
Why? What?
Because it's like a Walmart keyboard, like you said. And it's like
They sell them at Walmart. Yes.
Yeah, exclusive.
Yes. So I got roasted.
I've always felt like Razer is the worst gaming brand you can buy.
Damn.
For a while, that was like what was going on.
It
That was like the
never,
trending
never
shit.
good, never good, never good.
Best Buy, they
Yeah,
Well,
you
your shit
remember
is Razer.
Swifty, the warrior named Swifty with no pinky? He was the Razer gamer back in the day.
Oh dang.
Thank you. I just got a chalupa delivery.
Are you gonna do it live?
The truth comes out.
No, I am not.
You should do half the chalupa in one bite.
I
live
do
for
not
the
want
pod.
to do that.
ASMR, bro.
No.
Do ASMR.
It's a little nib.
And I made a couple of ASMR videos like fucking 10 years ago on my Fizzletron channel, and they actually have quite a few views.
What kind?
Dude, if I could, I would be a full-time ASMR artist. Okay, it seems like the easiest job. You make like a 40.
ASMR artist.
That's what they call people that make ASMR.
Well, I didn't never heard that before.
I've been like off and off since like 2013, but it's gotten far too sexual.
Ooh.
Yeah. Anytime I did meditation classes and I was like teaching them, people would always say I should be an ASMR person, and I'm like, what?
It's just because you have like a nice, smooth, sultry voice. Yeah.
I guess.
Ooh.
But still, it's like, is that the real reason why you're coming to these classes? Like, you guys are creeping me out. Like, just want to hear me talk. You don't even want to like learn anything. That's sweet. Like,
They like your voice, man.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Compliment. All right, so you guys have heard of brain worms.
not until today.
Not until today. Well, anyways, this moderately well-known guy here named Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Said it in a 2012...
He's a baby killer.
Is he a baby? What? In a 2012 deposition, he said, quote, "A worm got into my brain and ate a portion of it, then died." So if you've ever wondered why he is the way he is, literal brainworms. They never explain
So
why he sounds like that, though. You know.
that's the hardest thing I think for me is his voice is too distracting. You know,
It's very unique.
very unique.
You know who's talking without? I mean, usually you can tell who's talking when without even seeing him, but that guy especially.
You would think that they could use AI to like give him a fully functioning voice.
Give him the smokers thing.
Right. Or yeah, but it like sounds like beautiful. Like you could program different stuff like to make it sound like a woman or like a little kid.
Yeah.
I mean, how does he even theorize that? You know what I mean? Like, where does he come up with that shit? Or is that just like a part of his campaign? Is like, hey, look, get eyes on me kind of thing?
He
He
recently
seems so wild, really.
tried to change his name to Bobby. Like he doesn't want to be RFK anymore. And I think that's because
Yeah.
he doesn't want people to Google his original name.
I could see it.
It changes the SEO. Like recently, the Boy Scouts, they're changing their name to Scouting America. That's because when you look up the Boy Scouts, you see that like 70,000 kids got 70,000 like adults now, but like, admitted they were like molested or whatever. That's just the ones that came forward. Okay, so
yeah,
like,
they don't have a great.
If you ever need
reputation.
attention, you gotta get that molestation going. You just sign up for Boy Scouts and you'll get it.
So now it's what? It's non-binary.
No, it's just called
You know?
scouting because like Girl Scouts kind of sucks, and like a lot of the girls wanted to join Boy Scouts, but it was called Boy Scouts. You know.
Oh,
I think
Girl Scouts only sold cookies, so it's like
Boy Scouts sell
fishing.
popcorn, which is way worse, really. But,
so the Scoutmasters, are they only teaching the Boy Scout skills and no Girl Scout skills?
I think it's more about like the tying the knots and the doing the outdoor stuff than the Girl Scouts, which was about like
proverbial tying the
less-
knots. I get it. Yeah.
less of
I
that.
will tell you a story about the Boy Scouts that was recent. I was going out to breakfast, and the Boy Scout with his dad was sitting out there selling popcorn. And, my lady gets tempted by the little kid selling popcorn. And it's like $25, $30 for a little shitty bag of popcorn.
What?
And I remember we brought it home, and I don't remember why, but we threw it in the trash.
You didn't even eat it.
It's like,
Well, the quality's not good, but it's not about the popcorn. It's about helping the community, helping the little kid feel like proud that. I mean, it's primarily the parents be like, "Now's your chance. Go up there, talk to him." Like so. That's funny as shit.
Dude, not that long ago, I was
Yeah.
at Sam's Club and the Girl Scouts were selling their cookies inside, like in the entranceway. Bought
Yeah. They were doing that at a Kroger.
Bought 4
They were
boxes.
selling the cookies at Kroger.
But you could just buy them anytime. So like, why even buy them from the Girl Scouts who are not making the
Because you're
cookies?
supporting them.
You're supporting the company that's making the Girl Scouts.
that's a
but
good
their
idea.
individual troop is actually benefiting. They have like a little.
Right.
It's a challenge.
But like
They
a
get
girl
to sell
has
products underage.
they have to sell like 2,000 boxes to win a MacBook or whatever. Like it's insane.
They dude, I've got a good idea. You triggered it in me. So, the Girl Scouts, instead of selling these manufactured, most likely Chinese cookies, right? Let's be honest.
What do you mean, man?
They have a
there's
freeze by or use by date. I thought that was wild.
There's a
Apparently, if
scouting
you freeze it, it's good forever.
dude. Girl Scout cookies, it's a recipe. So the girls learn it, and it's the recipe that everyone loves, but the girls have to make it.
What's your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
That one has 2 different names. What the?
Which one?
Probably Samoas.
They call them Samoas. But maybe
You
that's
eat 2
maybe
cookies.
that's
It's 150 calories. Dude.
that could be like maybe
Think
it's because
about
it's
that shit.
racist.
Yeah, they're phasing it out. They're phasing it out. That's terrible. I bet you the Samoas love that they're named on a cookie. I guarantee it. You're taking that away from them?
This is the best cookie right here. The Thin Mint.
I like the Thin Mints.
I think the second is maybe
I've never seen that toffee tastic.
the tagalongs. They're gonna stop calling them tagalongs too.
I don't really like tagalongs.
Why
Here's
not?
some peanut butter patties.
It's just a peanut butter.
You- I'll
What
tell
are the
you, when I was a
ingredients
kid,
like?
I was never a Reese's kid.
Okay, what'd you
What
like?
kind of candy were you instead?
Basically everything else. I
was
would
a Butterfinger
honestly
guy.
almost always pass up Reese's, even if it was offered to me. I was just like, nah.
I see what you're saying. Like all the kids at that age, they love fucking Reese's. Like it was no joke, the best thing you could have.
And that might be why I didn't like
Lunchables, you
it.
get the Reese's in there.
You out
Because all the kids liked it.
there eating Smarties?
I know. I did like the
Snorting
Butterfinger for
Smarties,
sure.
bro.
I had a little phase where I liked Smarties, man, but at the end of the day, it's like barely even candy.
I got sent to the principal in middle school because I told my friend he should snort Smarties because he crushed him up. He was like, "Should I do it?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then the lunch lady was like right there, like watching it go down. And he snorted it and started crying because it burned and made his nose bleed.
Yeah, of course.
And then they're like, "Why'd you tell him to do it?" And I was like, "Because he asked me
Like,
if you should do it." And I said, "Yes."
It's not, like you didn't dare him. He asked you to tell him to do it.
Like, I was not the instigator in this situation. I was a supporter of his own decisions. I was like, I wanted to see what happened. That was cool.
It was really weird in high school. It was probably late middle school, high school, where guys would just go and it's called sacking, where they come up and they like try and kind of like hit you on the nuts.
Oh, sack tap? Yeah.
Yes, like yeah.
I never had that
They
happen.
call it bagging, and why is that a thing where the guys go around trying to hit each other? In the
Dude, bean
dicks?
dips, dude. Bean dips.
It's no
salmon
different than
credit
that crap, man.
cards.
You know, the below the waist, if
Yeah.
you do that, you get socked.
Oh, right.
Just an excuse to punch somebody.
Or just somebody coming up and pinching the back of your arm really hard for no reason.
You guys do that? Remember that shit, that 2 for flinch and shit? Oh, man. Look at if you flinch.
Those are actually cool though.
Two
honestly,
for-
like
So if you made
that
someone
stuff is
flinch,
sweet.
you got the right to hit them twice.
yeah, that's good.
Right.
That's cultural support. You know, you're helping your community be more resilient and strong.
Okay.
Dude,
if they don't
I-
like getting hit, they're getting hit twice.
I
as
remember one time somebody left a guitar in my friend's garage in high school, and it was something like he didn't want it anymore, and I think it got rained on or something. But I was there one day, probably wilding out, and I took the guitar on the driveway and smashed it, and then the guy got worse. Smashed his guitar, and him and some other guy that were they would come and bully me. And like be like, you smashed my guitar, and I'd say, no, Joey did it.
Joey.
And Joey is the same one from which actually that's
Yes.
a comment.
Good. Yeah, good. We were asked to follow up on that Joey buying porn on his grandma's computer story. Go ahead, Bill.
It's the same Joey. I would blame it on, so that I wouldn't get beat up because they were gonna beat my ass like probably 10 times after that happened in high school. They would come up and like be really aggressive to me, asking about that, and I would always tell him Joey because Joey would wild out. He would fight him, and I'm like, I don't want to fight people. I'm like, smaller than everyone. Joey was pretty small too, but he was a little bit like maybe a chimpanzee, a little bit in him, where he'll just like
Bit of an ape.
Bit of an ape. Yeah, but what?
Why did he buy the porn on his grandma's TV, and how did he get caught? Do you know?
Why? You
Well,
know
yeah.
why,
See, the why is obvious.
You have to at that.
You
age.
have to.
There's no stopping it. There's no stopping your curiosity and passion, dude.
I never
Yeah,
bought a
I mean-
pay-per-view.
Right. Most people, it'll just be like, maybe I can catch some boobs like that are playing on TV. And then if you got DVR, you're really lucky because then you can pause and rewind on the boobs. I mean, that's the only
That
way
was
you're
high
getting
tech,
to it.
though.
Dude, you guys had DVR? I never had DVR at all.
I had
No.
DVR. It was sweet. DVR was awesome.
Yeah. You
That
guys,
was like the first, that was like the end of primetime TV where they release episodes. You just record the episodes and binge watch. That was the OG binge watch, dude. Unless you bought the DVDs, but that's not. It's way more expensive.
season 2 of the OC.
That's right.
Oh man. What's his name? Triple H. I don't know if we talked about this, but Triple H said that the TV's cable's over because the last thing is WWE is going to Netflix.
Whoa.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
Streaming live.
Speaking of that though, what was announced like in the last couple of days, man? HBO, Max Hulu, Disney Plus bundle. That means cable is back. I hope it's less than $40.
How does that make cable back?
Dude, they're bundling a bunch of different services. It's basically cable.
All right.
No.
I'm getting
Knew
old,
it.
right? I'm past 30.
You're up there.
I've never paid for cable.
Me neither.
Why are you
Never
talking about
paid
buying
for,
cable then?
Phone line.
I'm not. God damn it, guys. Speaking, not literally here. It's not literally cable. It's kind of like cable coming back. Because cable is essentially bundles of different channels. This
Right.
is Disney, Hulu,
following
and
you
Max bundled together. So it's essentially ABC bundled with Turner Broadcasting. Turner Broadcasting is TNT, I think AMC maybe, or the Turner Classic Movies, TCM. That combined with Disney. Disney owns Hulu and Disney owns ABC, ESPN. So that means that all the sports games that air on TNT and ESPN will probably be available on this streaming service. Right now, you can watch like hockey games and basketball games on Max.
Have you heard about how like people say that like Disney is turning the kids gay? But you know what's actually turning the kids gay? The internet.
Ooh.
Dude, yeah, I used to always think 4chan was a psyop, man. It's like it was challenging you to become a what they used to call them traps back in the day.
Ooh.
I don't think 4chan was. I mean,
You ever browse like R9K, dude? I'm not talking about just B.
I don't know what R9K is. That Reddit?
It's a what are they called? Boards? It's been a while. Robot 9000, where it's just essentially dudes that have given up trying to like be straight because they don't think they have a chance. So they slowly are turning themselves into girls to have a chance.
What?
I grew up on fucking 4chan. It's terrible.
I've never heard of that.
It's the worst shit,
me
dude.
neither, dude.
Dudes that give
shit,
up
though.
being a man and having a woman by becoming a woman?
No, like they have given up already. They
gave up.
They've resigned to trying. You know?
Are they ugly?
I don't know. It's you can't see these
So
people.
they're
It's anonymous.
ugly dudes do not make pretty women. I'll tell you that. Right?
I mean, some of them become furries, dude.
I would rather them become a furry than a woman.
4chan.
I mean, average women look a lot better than average men. Or is it the other way around? Yeah, I think it's the other way around, where average men look a lot better than average women. So if you're a man that becomes a woman, you got a little bit more going on then. So
yeah, men will
maybe
age
there's something to
better.
that.
Like average men, you can age better than an average woman.
I don't know about that, man.
Longevity. Yeah, what's weird about what's this? Caitlyn Jenner here, famous athlete, male athlete, turned Caitlyn Jenner.
Multiple
Everyone
Olympic
knows
golds.
him for being an athlete.
Multiple Olympic
First,
golds.
and not the other thing going on. Yeah.
So she ran someone over, killed them, and in the same year became Woman of the Year.
Is that the same year?
I think it was the same year, something like that.
That's sweet.
So Caitlyn Jenner is going to become a woman, kill someone with her car, and then become Woman of the Year.
Redemption arc.
Guess so, dude. Here we go.
She got through it.
We got a quick clip of Caitlyn Jenner killing someone with her car here. Here we go.
People are clapping.
Stunning and brave. That was the Stunning and Brave episode of South Park.
Stunning and brave.
Anything Caitlyn Jenner did, they said she was stunning and brave, including killing
Caitlyn
someone.
Jenner's politics. She's like, she's a Fox dad, right?
She's not the first person to kill someone and get away with, though, man. I think George Bush's wife did it. George W. Bush's
Did
wife.
she?
Fucking Ferris Bueller did it.
All the presidents have killed people, so.
I think Obama drowned that guy. Drowned his chef.
Are you okay? You mean his lover?
Whatever happened to George W?
George W.
You don't
is
ever
just,
hear about W anymore.
he's just painting. He's a painter.
Is he? Wonder how much you can get one of his paintings for an OG.
Probably
$3,000
$3,000?
more.
Ooh, 50 grand.
What?
I don't doubt it's that expensive or more. Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I was
do
thinking
any
about the
one.
Pelosi's husband. He got like super turbo drunk and was like drunk driving, and then he had that dude break into the house with a hammer.
Wait, are you saying the guy didn't break
that
in?
shit's sweet.
All right.
No, they were just chilling, and then
They were
something
just chilling.
happened.
Where did he get the hammer?
The hardware store.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that guy almost killed him. So
That's crazy.
yeah.
They are terrible people, though.
Yeah, most politicians are pretty bad. I'm not.
That's
one
why
of
you
those,
gotta
I'm not
follow
one of
their
those. They're
stocks,
all
you know,
bad people,
Pelosi
though, man.
stocks.
They're not all equally bad.
Yeah,
I mean, they all thirst for power. So to put yourself in a position like that,
To me, the only politician I trust is the strongest jaw in the Midwest,
Ooh.
Winnie Brinks.
Winnie Brinks.
Winnie Brinks is our Michigan Senate Majority Leader, but she is also the Senate senator that represents Grand Rapids.
Winnie sounds like a horse's name.
I know, but she's sick, dude.
Like she's ill?
No, hella cool.
Oh, she's awesome.
So cool. I met her a few times at this point.
I think I like her.
You can't break that jaw,
Instantly
dude.
a
It's
fan.
like diamond, man. Diamond jaw. She'll pass
She
anything.
looks like a superintendent.
Diamond jaw.
She was. I
diamond
believe she was
pepperonis.
a social worker that turned state congressperson.
Manipulator. Perfect.
Manipulator. What? What do you?
I mean therapist. Oh,
I didn't say she's a social worker. That's not a
Yes.
manipulator. That's someone.
Feel
Government
coerced into
hired.
having a nice home.
No.
All right, you guys are haters,
Let
man.
me help you out.
Can't be hating
All
on
right, how
Winnie
many
Brinks.
kids does she got?
What? Winnie
Was she
Brinks
married?
has 3
Let me
kids.
show you all these perfect government programs
Winnie
you
Brinks
qualify for.
Married to Steve Brinks since '92.
Well, that's odd.
Went to Calvin College. That means she grew up a Jesus believer.
Steve Brinks,
a
you
wealthy
say?
one.
Oh, look at that. Born Winnie DeVries.
Oh my God, I didn't even know that. Look at that.
You're probably related to her.
Could be.
That's
Could be.
that's why you like her so much. It's family.
I had no idea, actually. That was the first time I've ever even noticed that.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
I mean,
Did you vote for her?
I've voted for her like 4 times, dude.
What is she running
Whoa.
for?
She right here, like these right here, these little guys.
State representative.
Yeah, it's like a Michigan House.
Which we have how many? 20?
I think I looked this up once, and it's like 118 between the House and the Senate.
Or
Something
how many
like
is in
that.
Michigan?
That's
108?
it's 100 something. It's like they
Wow.
don't teach that part in school. They teach you how many U.S. senators and how many like U.S. Congress people, which is not the same.
Do
per
state
state.
representatives get bonuses kicked back based on how much money they don't spend in the budget?
No, man. What?
Why
know
would
there-
that be a thing?
There's like directors levels at the state that when they spend less amount of money for their budget, they get a kickback.
She has a degree in Spanish from Kelvin. She was the executive director of the One Way House, which is a residential facility for nonviolent female offenders.
I would say a Spanish degree is kind of useless and
Well, you know what? She's
As
the
a
Senate
Sen-
Majority Leader of Michigan, the first woman ever to do it, I believe, and she's great. So
maybe it's useful then. But she's speaking English every day, not Spanish.
but guess what? She represents West Michigan, which has a large Spanish minority population, including the area where I live, where she represents.
I think we have lots of Mexicans on the west side of the state. On
Didn't say
farms.
Mexicans.
The
So
north
we're
side of the
Mexicans.
state.
They're former migrant workers that kind of stayed. Which like
Under-
isn't
ship
that
'em
what
up.
you kind of would want to do as a migrant worker? Is you find a place and stay?
I mean, you're used to the warm. Why would you come to the cold? Come on.
Because they got blueberries and shit up here, man.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing.
I like me
So-
some bloobs.
We've got like so many people crossing the border, probably 1 million at this point.
Jesus
And
Christ. Okay.
why not just send them to Detroit? You know, there's so many houses. They'll go in and make them better. You ever seen a Mexican family take care of a roof on a house? They'll have it done in 35 minutes. You ever see that?
Yes, my one of my best friend's dad growing up was a roofer. And
Was he
wa-
Mexican?
Yes, he was.
Was it a family operation?
I don't remember. I was like 5, man. I don't know. He was
We're all
he was
cousins.
my he was my soccer and my hockey coach.
Was he Catholic?
I don't think he was religious at all. Is the great John Garza
Okay.
still alive? I believe. I think he needs a kidney or something. So
But send all the immigrants to Detroit,
stop it. Stop.
right? What
Why?
else are you gonna do with them? You're not gonna send them to like the
Send 'em to
suburbs where
dense
people are
cities, dude.
living.
Send 'em to
You
New
send
York.
them to where
Send 'em to Chicago.
I think we should carve out a big chunk of Wyoming, man. The state of
that's a good
Wyoming. Because like
idea.
only 500,000 people live there. What a fucking waste.
put them on a reservation.
Not
And
saying
all
that.
all the communications coming in.
If
and
China,
out,
dude,
we
if China can
monitor
build
it.
ghost cities, so can we.
Dinky
But it's
Casa
not a ghost city.
Reservation.
Oh well, you build the whole city ahead of time, then people move in. You know.
An immigrant city, and then the infrastructure spending to build it boosts the economy.
Thanks, Joe Biden.
Yeah, I mean, right in the middle of, I don't know, Texas. Sorry, guys.
I don't know. We got a lot of land, dude. It's like a third of people live in just New England, and then like another like quarter people live on the West Coast. So it's like not that many people live like west of Illinois at all. between
Send them to Canada,
Illinois.
dude. Make them Canada's problem.
Canada already accepts these people, and they don't really complain about it. So I think they're
So
already
what's the
going there.
negatives going on in Canada? Everyone in Canada's rich. I mean,
And people always say that Canada has like slow healthcare, but like, wouldn't you wait like 3 months to not have to pay to get your hip replaced? Like, who wouldn't?
I wait 3 months just to be seen by a doctor.
Right? Yeah,
so-
we do that already. So anybody who thinks the U.S. has a good healthcare system is absolutely wrong. You go,
Go to the emergency room. I wait 6 hours. Sweet.
I heard on the way home, like the new trend is like medical debt for having a baby. Like it costs quite a bit. Like if you take,
Yeah, that's a psyop.
it's like people
Have less babies.
It's fucked up that in the U.S. people take Uber to go to the hospital so they don't have to take an ambulance because the ambulance costs $1,000.
That's a good idea. Take an Uber. That's a good idea.
Yeah, but if you're like dying,
Right.
the Uber guy's got to take you, and this is a bad time for them.
Set up the immigrants with cars that can be the designated emergency drivers instead of ambulances.
There we go.
You know they drive fast and crazy as hell.
They're basically
It's a
like
win-win-win.
AI. Like they're just AI drivers.
Put him in a Tesla. He'll drive itself.
So here, check me on this real quick. So I was thinking, I fly on planes, you know, maybe a couple times a year, and sometimes I legit get panic attacks. And I was thinking recently, should I just go to the doctor and like tell them that, and then like ask for like Xanax?
Yeah, they'll
I
give
only
you
had
Ativan.
Xanax like once. Yeah, Ativan, some kind of like sedative where I'm just
That's
like
what it's for,
cool.
man.
I think I need it.
Right.
I think I realized, yeah, finally, because I fucking suffer sometimes on planes.
Well, dude,
I can't
Just
believe you're
like-
flying without Xanax already, dude. That's crazy.
Do you fly with Xanax?
Hell no, but
well, we don't
I don't take shit.
don't really have the issue and don't fly as much as you do. So
I was
Yeah.
handed it though a
Yeah,
couple times, and that was like funny as shit.
that's why people get so drunk getting on planes, man.
Yeah, that's but drunk, you're still a bit more aware than probably the Xanax. But depends how it affects you, though. You know, you gotta try it out, and then a
Yeah.
little nervous probably trying it, but either way, it's a downer. So just
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of anxiety, this new report is coming out here. I don't know if it's a report; it's some guy writing a book, but he wrote a book called "The Anxious Generation," and he's got this graph here that basically shows that 2013 was when people started getting sad, and that's when Instagram. In 2010, everyone was kind of still using flip phones, but by 2013, every fucker had an iPhone or a Galaxy S3, right? In 2013 is when this blue and this orange here, anxiety and depression skyrocketed. It's up 130.
that's
30%.
diagnosed. That's like recorded, so that's still crazy as shit.
This is college students too, with diagnosed mental illness. ADHD.
big
I'm
increase.
surprised it's not higher than this, but it's up 70%.
Yeah,
How
being
much-
like connected with the internet, you're just like realizing how much more of just another number of the human society you are, probably, and
That's the problem with TikTok, man. It's letting you know you
lack
don't
of
matter.
like guidance and generationally. What like culture do you have? Well, our community is not. It's just so big. I don't fit in.
Look at this, dude. Like almost like what 18% of people under 18 to 25 have anxiety.
What if the
It's a
growth
buzzword.
in prevalence of anxiety over time is how much of that is correlated with the pharmaceutical industry and kind of being
It's
a default
smartphones.
mechanism? Well, that's not. Yeah, I guess cause, but also diagnosing these people to get them on medication instead of lifestyle changes, and focusing on that.
I think a little bit of it, like you see right here, the spike that happens after 2020. That is when TikTok blew up, and I feel
That's
like
COVID, baby.
people started like collecting these diagnoses like they were Pokemon badges.
For sure.
Yeah, the internet made everyone more aware, and then once you kind of self-diagnose, you inhibit that kind of like behavior more so because you're like, well, that's what I have.
Yeah, but like
But
it's
before
like
all
it's
that shit, people weren't
belonging.
doing that.
It's like being part of a group that will always support you, guaranteed.
Sure.
Yeah, but you don't actually interact with them, so that's like the worst fucking thing. You're like, I'm allowed into this group, but then you don't actually interact with anyone, so you're just reading stuff. You're like self-interacting, convincing yourself, It's crazy, but
It's
What
bad, man.
what's going on?
What percentage of blue hair women do not have mental illness?
The 1%.
It's not a
I would say
measurable.
1%, right?
It's 1%. I don't know. I don't think anybody under 25 like wouldn't claim a mental illness. Like, have you ever met anybody that doesn't say they have something?
Yeah, I mean hormones make you go crazy and that, and then like when I was on I was prescribed Accutane. That was like the only thing I took. That shit
For
made
acne?
me
That's
more
just,
depressed.
That's just for acne, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, but the side effects are like that, and
I was on
it's not
Zoloft
good.
for a bit, dude, and Zoloft just makes you feel like nothing. Like you're
was
like,
that antidepress?
yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was antidepressant. You're like running like a solid 5.5 all the time, and like you like feel little zaps. But,
Wait, what?
yeah, like you feel like electrical impulses in your brain every now and then,
Oh,
like
wow.
kind of zap you back to reality.
Was it like time slowing down, or you just like chiller
It's
at
ju-
all times?
It was chiller at all times, but also you like couldn't feel happy.
Like, what if
only
you took
feel
caffeine
nothing.
on antidepressants? What was that like?
It's the same. Like you're not supposed to drink on it, but I don't really drink much anyway.
Drinking caffeine's okay though.
But I think I kind of realized like a lot of it was Bill's finally reading the chat. Okay,
I
thanks.
saw it.
All right.
That took me 20 minutes to see that.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. But everybody's got anxiety. It's just weird like that people treat it like a badge of honor, not like it's an issue.
I have like public bathroom anxiety.
Really?
Yeah,
Is it a
like
poop or a pee?
trying to go number 2, man. I'm like,
Yeah, that's everybody, man.
I don't
I'm
want to
not a good
disturb
public
my
shitter.
fellow shitters, but at some point I feel like I'm just, when you gotta go, you gotta go. But
Dude, just do what my cousin used to do, man. Like I remember in I had a class with my cousin in 3rd grade, and we like all found we used to have bathrooms in the classroom in elementary school, like in the corner of the room, right? So like he's like in there too
Hell
long,
yeah.
and like but I remember the teacher like knocking on the door to try to get him out, and we all find out like he can't leave yet because he's naked and he needs to put his clothes back on. We find out my cousin's taking his clothes off to shit, all of his clothes off to shit.
I've been there at my age, dude.
He
Yes.
became an Air Force pilot.
I'm pretty sure all 4 years of high school, I did not shit at school one time. In
Dude,
4 years, literally,
dude,
I never shit at school.
Same person, man.
You never shit at school one
I think
time?
maybe once. I don't remember at all. I don't think I did.
Emergencies only.
But like nowadays,
Dude.
like kids are going to the bathroom every other hour, right? Like,
Yeah, you got your phone. Take your phone in there.
Dude, I remember this one time I was going on a bike ride and I don't remember what I ate, but I got back and I had to shit so bad, but like the way my bike seat was, it was like keeping my ass like very it's not coming out, right? It's just there's pressure on my ass. So, but I swung my leg off the bike to go like to go take a shit, and dude, I almost just freaking squirted out, and I was like, it's like exactly from a movie when you're like this and you're like cupping your ass with your hands because you feel like you're gonna shit, and yeah, get to the toilet, and it was like seat up, shit's coming out as I'm sitting down.
okay, if we're all telling our worst shitting stories, dude. One time, I a few years ago, I had like an inflatable boat, right? So I took,
What happened to it?
It's still have. I just don't use it because
okay.
because of this experience. Okay. I dropped it in a lake, right, and I was fishing out of this inflatable boat, like in the back corner of like this really weird shaped lake that you could go like all the way around and whatnot. I caught like a 3-pound smallmouth, but I immediately had to shit. Right, immediately had to shit. It took me like 20 minutes to like row myself back, and then I had to deflate the thing. I had to put it in my car, then drive home. That was the most I ever had to shit, but I did not shit myself.
Panically pushing on it to try to deflate it back.
I caught a really big fish, man. It was worth it, but I don't ever want to be in that
You should snack that chalupa, dude.
Yeah, snack that chalupa
Real
live
quick, actually.
for the pod.
For the pod, dude. Got to get a quick bite.
There we go.
It's just a one tap.
They're so small. Honestly, I'm mad at Taco Bell for their quality, dude. At least the one in town, Cheesy Gordita Crunch, dude. It's like $6, and like it's supposed to have melted cheese and all this stuff. For $6, make me a good frickin' Cheesy Gordita Crunch. Like I was upset, dude. And it was right after I was across the street. We talked about this. I got a double Big Mac. Right before that, I did a review, and the double Big Mac was great. And then I was like, bang, bang, go to Taco Bell. Cheesy Gordita Crunch pissed me off, ruined my lunch.
I mean, the whole thing.
Night.
This last bite already.
Nice. That was like 1 minute.
No hot
I eat
sauce. That's
fast,
pretty
too.
crazy. You gotta douse it.
Dude,
Grease it.
what I was thinking, and I think we can talk about this as we get more episodes on the pod, but we make a GoFundMe for you to get an Apple Vision Pro, and then you're gonna walk and watch movies at the same time because you want to watch movies, but you got to be sitting down and watching movies. So with an Apple Vision Pro,
can't
you
pay
can go for
attention.
a walk.
You can't pay attention while you're walking. What?
With an Apple Vision Pro, it's augmented reality. So
still-
you watch the movie, but you're also walking around.
That's how you get hit by a car, man.
No, you get your route. You can go on like a track and just
Yeah, go on the
yeah.
track.
NPC walking the
You're
same
saying-
block.
You're saying we gotta do a
Hours.
$3,500 GoFundMe so I can watch movies while walking.
Right.
It's a slow build. It's a slow build, but
Dude,
And
how about
we'll do vlogs.
they didn't need to bring back Google Glass, man?
That was a fail.
It could have been great. Maybe it was just too early. No.
that's
Do you
too
think
early.
that Google's executive team is really diverse?
Sundar Pichai, the new guy, I don't like him, man.
He's been the CEO for a long time.
It's been a few years, yeah. Sundar. There's this guy.
He looks sweet.
I think under him they got rid of the "Don't be evil" slogan.
Okay.
not the
What?
best. Yeah, they used a Google slogan
Don't
used to
be
be like
evil.
"Don't be evil," but they stopped not being evil. So
That's a
The
weird
company values are include not being evil.
Don't be evil.
We promise.
but at the same time, I feel like he's not real. I guess he is the CEO of Alphabet too, huh? But
what the hell's that?
Alphabet is the parent company. Why did I eat the chalupa, man?
Mm,
It's the parent company of Google, which is weird because Google created a parent company of itself.
It's so weird.
there's layers.
Imagine being the CEO of Alphabet and Google. I can't even imagine. Like that level is. I can never do that. I could never be that. What does that even mean? You're one guy. I mean, what do you
Elon
do?
does it, man. He does nothing. He's the CEO of like 4 companies.
Right. He hired everybody.
You could
and
be-
has
You oversee other people's decision making and like process
Right,
improvement stuff.
right.
That's pretty much it. Give it like a final okay and a lot of stuff.
What do you
I'm
think?
pretty
he's
sure you
eating
probably have
every night?
employees like writing you all the time.
You think he eats curry every night?
He's a
Why?
vegetarian.
I love curry, dude.
He is from India. He and his wife were born in India, but they're. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, 1 second. I gotta grab some.
Dropped his soda.
the fufu stuff that African people eat with. It's like instead of having a fork, you have a little ball of like dough or something.
Yeah, I thought it was like dough or rice or something.
Dude, I want to eat with that. That it looks like fun. I don't want goat though. Like I'm not gonna go goat out the first go. I need something like probably chicken, right? And with the fufu, I'm rural white,
What is?
so I can't just go straight for the goat.
What?
The
Uh,
fufu platter.
That's
Fufu's with Africans, they get like this little dough ball and they eat like stew with the dough. You ever see that?
Little starch.
Little starch.
I don't like that. I don't like
Finger
it, man.
food, man. You don't
Oh.
like finger food?
No. What? I don't like the food where you gotta like grab from a communal chunk of bread and
Well-
dip it in the rest of your food.
You tell me
get
you
your
don't
own
like chicken off
fufu.
the bone.
What's that even mean? What's chicken off the bone? Is that a dish? Or are you just saying
Like,
chicken?
no, if you eat like a drumstick, you don't like touching that. You gotta.
No,
eat
that's
it with a
completely
fork and
different.
knife.
Completely different. I'll do that.
That's eating it with your hands, man.
It's a hand food. I don't consider like bread to be a hand food like that. And little pieces anyway.
I'll tell you something Asian about
Oh,
Village.
dude.
Oh,
I went to his family reunion one time, and
man, cricket, right? Yeah.
they got a buffet going. Right, there's a decent amount of family there, Asian family. It was the Asian side because 50 50
53.
Asian, and there was a platter of fish, but the fish had eyeballs and it was like bones in it. And as a white person, you only had fish sticks that were like frozen, or maybe a fillet that was like steamed. Never like a fish with eyeball and bones. I did grab a piece of the fish and I couldn't eat it. I
Yeah, that's
tried
the
it and I was
best,
like,
dude. Whole like fried fish or like cooked fish like that. That's baller. I love that stuff.
dude,
This is actually where that event was right here.
that looks really familiar.
This is where
That's
it was.
crazy that you pulled that up.
It's Grand Woods Park. It was that
That-
little pavilion right there.
I was probably 17, maybe 16.
I was there.
I believe my Aunt Cricket was breastfeeding under this tree right in front of you.
You're
and Zach.
right. I remember that.
What a day! All right.
That's crazy.
It had to be. We had to be 20 something at that point. This was
Do you
like
think
2011 or 12. So,
maybe I was 20?
yeah. But this is like the spot for the yearly family gatherings.
I had your
Still?
graduation there.
Yeah, there's another event here every year.
Dang, why am I not going anymore?
I
I
don't-
was only invited once. I didn't get
I don't
invited
go
back?
to them. I don't go to.
Oh, we should go. It's got a buffet.
But yeah, okay. Every family event has a buffet.
Perfect.
For me anyway.
We should start going to like doing family reunion crashers where you're like, oh, cousin Vinny. And then you hit the buffet and you get out of
I
there.
know Jake.
Maybe play some volleyball.
Just okay. Just
Tag me in.
crash the Legion Hall. Yeah.
I was doing that with like grad parties for a while. That was cool.
Just going to people's
Neighborhood
grad
party.
parties.
Yeah, I'd walk around and be like, oh shit, they got a party right now. Walk up there. Yeah, I'm your
True.
neighbor. And
Right,
at that
right.
point, people are already drinking. They're like, all right, whatever,
All right, Dan, you live
food.
around the famous city of Kalamazoo.
Yep. Not in the Kalamazoo,
Yeah, but you live pretty
but
close.
right by it.
What can you
Yeah.
tell us about these X trains?
Oh, the X Trains, they're great. I don't know when it started though, but it's essentially just people partying, only in their cars. They'll like pull up to a parking lot or a business, and then they'll just party out of their cars. It's like tailgating.
It says since
But
the 90s.
You
here.
just drink till you drop. But they'll like come up to like into gas stations and shit, and it's pretty sweet. But yeah, I mean it gets relatively violent though. A lot of like shit happens, and I think it's all just parties, but it's actually some shit going down usually. So that's why people get upset about it. It's not just fun and games.
They get the name from Exhibit.
Terrorizing.
Exhibit, the rapper that
I
used
don't
to
know what the origination of it was. It was probably like a one-time event,
pimp my ride.
and then it just from there. But yeah, I think that was happening a lot on like the north side, which is like above the Amtrak station, and that's a whole vibe up there.
I'll try and paint the picture. I've never experienced, but this is what it'd be like. So, there's an old lady, probably 60, 65. She goes to bed at 9, and you got 100 cars going 5 miles an hour with just bass booming, and she's mad, calling the cops. They're out there throwing 40s on the ground. Glass is shattering in her yard. She can't even go out without cutting her foot on her own front lawn, and so that's really what we're dealing with here. The X train.
X gonna give it to you.
Yeah, they do it like outside the bars though, because they don't want to like go in and pay for more expensive drinks, so they'll just bring their own shit and just party outside in the parking
Yeah.
lots, and like they kind of like fuck up the businesses, because then the cops end up showing up
I remember
because they're like, I can't leave the bar now. All these cars are here, and they're just like they won't move, and they're like fuck you. So
I remember like when this
damn.
story like went big, like they said a lot of the people doing the X trains didn't even live in the city, so just dickheads coming from out of town to do it.
yeah, it was like an event.
Read that second paragraph
Meet
up
up.
there.
This?
Yeah.
Oh, the X train, which takes their name from the popular club drug, has been known to rip up lawns, scatter trash, and broken glass along the streets, and has been linked to at least one shooting death.
That was a famous pastime,
What's-
throwing beer bottles in the streets. Yes.
Fucking bottle kids?
Bottle
When I
kids.
was-
What is that?
Bill, come on, bottle kids?
Oh,
What's bottle kids?
Bottle kids, man.
Tiny.
Oh,
Why'd you let them go, Mr. Leahy?
Because they're my little shit puppets, Randy, performing in our shit play.
I don't understand, sir.
You will, Rand. You will. Oh, my God.
I remember Bottle Kids.
Bottle Kids. He threw so many at them.
What's wrong with parents these days?
Oh, man.
Nice.
Rest in peace, John Dunsworth.
That's why you keep
Ooh.
your returnable bottles so you can throw them at people.
Okay, so you guys might have heard of a man named Vin Diesel before. You probably know him from the Fast and the Furious movies.
He's
I knew him
guy.
from the Riddick. I didn't know him from Fast and Furious.
All
Come
right.
on.
Well, I was going to say,
He's-
before
he's
Fast and the
gay.
Furious, he was in a movie called Pitch Black in the
Is he
90s.
gay?
Oh yeah, that Pitch Black.
I don't give a shit if he is gay. He's the one of the only people who represents D&D fandom in movies. Okay,
D&D.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh,
He's a true nerd. Okay, this movie called Pitch Black came out in 2000. Damn, shit, that's the same year as it's Fast and Furious 1 2000. Anybody?
But is
I don't
he
know.
like a really badass gay dude?
Was
I just think that's crazy.
Single left earring.
I don't think he's gay, and that's based on a single weird interview he uploaded to Facebook where he kept hitting on the reporter. It was like a European
Okay.
interview he did, and it was so weird.
a good bit.
But there's a lot of old like 2009 videos from him that he used to post.
He's kind of like Pitbull.
But anyways, Pitch Black. This movie, it's about a guy named Riddick, right?
Pitbull's God.
About a guy named Riddick. What's his first name?
Anthony
Doesn't even say.
Anderson.
Doesn't even say what his first. Okay, his name is Richard B. Riddick. I mean, his name is Dick Riddick.
Okay.
He got this.
Dick
He got some surgery on his eyeballs so he can see in the dark, and that's why he's got these little sunglasses on all the time.
Okay.
But the movie's it's like a space sci-fi where he's just like some fugitive dude. And he's on some planet with a bunch of people, and when it gets dark, these monsters come out. But he also there's like 4 of these, maybe 3 or 4 of these movies. I couldn't tell you a single character's name beside Riddick. In one of the movies, Starbuck, aka Katie Sackhoff, like just
Sack off, you say?
you don't know who anybody is, man. Katie Sackhoff is pretty famous.
She's got a big mouth.
Okay, dude.
Is she a competitive eater?
She's not. She's from Battlestar Galactica. But
I've seen her in something. She's obviously really pretty, right?
if you watch the new, she's in the new Star Wars Mandalorian.
The Flash. Oh,
she was.
Star Wars, Clone Wars. Oh.
But she was in one of the Riddick movies too. I don't remember what her character's name was, but I remember there's this weird scene where she's just naked for no reason, and it's just Vin Diesel kind of watching her.
Okay.
That was probably the last one, but Carl Urban.
So you're
the guy,
excited about this movie coming out?
I cannot wait,
Riddick.
man. This one's called it's called Riddick Furia, and I think Furia is a planet.
Oh, it's not Furia?
No,
like
it's
furries?
Furia.
Furia?
No, Furia.
Missed opportunity.
But it's like Vin Diesel's own like space western sci-fi universe, and it's actually
Vin Diesel's
yeah, yes, it's honestly pretty good.
producer?
I think he is on these movies, yeah. So yeah, there's Pitch Black, The Chronicles of Riddick, and the 2013 movie Riddick. That's the one I was just talking about.
Dang, Vin
Chronicles
Diesel's
Riddick's
sweet.
good too.
His name can't be Vin though. What's his real name?
Vin Diesel. What is Vin Diesel's real name?
Vincent from Slapchop.
Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel is named Mark Sinclair.
Mark Sinclair. There we go.
Why do all these famous people have aliases? What's that about?
I've always thought it was weird how people like consider Vin Diesel to be Hispanic when he's literally just a half black guy.
That's what
I
I'm
mean, he's
saying.
like Pitbull.
Right?
He's
Wait,
a Pitbull.
What do you mean Isn't Pitbull Cuban?
Same
He's
thing.
a bald,
That's not the same
kind of
thing.
off-white guy. I don't know,
I'm just
Dude,
saying,
Pitbull
like
and
his
Vin Diesel are the same.
Vin Diesel's
probably
character
salsa.
in Fast and the Furious is Dominic Toretto, which you got to
Dude,
assume he's either Italian or he's like Mexican, and
Pitbull's
he's
name's
neither.
probably
Of those things. What is
Mark Sinclair.
Pitbull.
Pitbull's real name is Mark St.
Mr.
Clair.
305.
His name is Armando Christian
Mr.
Perez.
Worldwide.
Ooh.
Pitbull is from Miami, Florida, so he's Mr. Worldwide. Look at that.
Pitbull's my favorite artist. That's
Anyways.
an easy one.
I am hyped for this movie. He's starting
You
to
see
film
it
it.
in IMAX?
I mean, it's not coming out till next year. But
Do you get popcorn when you go to the theater?
I'm personally a blue raspberry slushy popcorn guy. Yeah.
Ooh. All right,
You gotta
tell me
treat
what
yourself to some dogs or some notch.
Ooh. Tell me your butter etiquette.
Butter etiquette. Depends on where I'm at. If it's at like a celebration cinema where they have like the dispenser, I'll put a whole bunch and then like mix it around and put a whole bunch again and put a whole bunch of the white cheddar. White cheddar. I'm a white cheddar guy.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ranch.
Ranch.
Dan, what are you talking about?
I know. I've seen that stuff. I never use it, but
if
I'm
you
like,
look-
Like stinky feet.
If you go to Meijer and trying to buy popcorn seasoning, one of them is always sold out and it's always white cheddar.
Okay. Good tip.
It is the best.
Dude, that's the white guy talking.
What are you talking about?
The
Damn it.
white
that
side of you.
white cheddar. That white cheddar, baby.
That's just what we had growing up, man. It's my sister's favorite too. So when we shared popcorn, it was like the
Go-to.
the compromise.
What? All right, I want Dan first. What macaroni and cheese did you have at home when you were a kid? There was a brand.
It's
or
probably
none.
Kraft.
Kraft, Bellig,
Spartan.
Spartan. Okay, I was wondering if you guys were Velveeta kids because those were like
Fuck
the spoiled
Velveeta.
brats.
Yeah, that was a spoiled brat kind for sure.
Right here, dude.
Damn, that's like the health food, right?
No, this is just like the poor
Health
people
food.
version of mac and cheese.
Oh,
That
shit.
honestly looks good.
To me,
I wish I had
Velveeta
some.
is. I'd rather eat nothing than eat Velveeta.
Really so gluey.
It's like the fakest cheese you can buy.
It's like glue.
All cheese is processed and fake, so I mean,
Yeah,
you rather
but-
have the powdered.
Can Velveeta even call itself cheese?
Why
Why
is
you say
cheese
that?
yellow?
Because like a lot of them will
'Cause
say it's like an American cheese product. Right here, this one. It says right on the label that it's a pasteurized recipe cheese product. It can't call itself cheese. It's a
mystery.
cheese product.
So this is what I want to know. How far away is yeast from cheese?
What?
Like yeast, like if you get some yeast, right? And I'm not saying where you're getting it from, but you can get it from some different places. And then can you make cheese?
All
Can you
natural.
I've
Can
got
you
quite a bit of
spawn
yeast in my
cheese?
fridge right now, man. No, dude, because cheese is made of milk.
Well, isn't
what
there
are you
some yeast
saying,
in there
man?
or no?
No.
It's a completely different
Well,
thing. Like how far
maybe-
down the genetic chain are we diverging cheese and yeast from? Are they like pretty close? Are they cousins? Or is
Maybe
it, like,
there's
a
yeast.
new genus.
It could be
Like marsupials are not mammals. They're pretty far down the chain.
They're not
right?
mammals because they got the
You're
little.
wild, man.
They got the baby sacks. I don't know, man. I think that maybe yeast is used to make other kinds of cheese.
I think yeasty cheese, right?
yeast.
Okay,
Nutritional yeast.
right
that's
here.
cheese
Oh,
substitute.
it's a cheese sub, man. It says it's cheesy savoring seasoning without the dairy. So
I mean, could you make
Call it-
mouse cheese?
called
Right? Because
nooch.
you can milk a mouse. We learned this in episode, I
You
think, 2.
You can milk a
or
sugar
1.
glider.
Right. Sugar glider cheese.
Yeah, I'm sure you
You
can
know,
make
where are
any,
we missing out here on these mammals with their milk?
you can get cheese from anything, man. Any kind of milk. It's just people tend to stick to cow, goat, and
Human
That's it.
cheese. It's been done, right? It's been done. It has to have been.
that's got to be considered cannibalism, man.
That's weird as hell, man.
Human cheese.
Human cheese, yeah.
Human cheese.
This might be like that guy.
That sums it up right there.
This guy, yeah, human cheese
Skin bacteria.
made from
Nice.
celebrity skin bacteria.
What?
You did this. I never wanted to look this up.
Ooh, the tartars.
That's gross,
used to
man.
use Human cheese.
All right,
What else we got?
we got this.
Oh yeah.
Okay, why are we
You
looking at
know,
this?
Here's the thing. There's so many people on the internet. You're sitting in your bedroom all day. That's all you ever see. That and your TikTok. You're just sitting there scrolling. You might go to the kitchen and get some food. And that's about all you're doing these days. Now, there's people out there that actually live in the hood, and this is America. This is Philadelphia. You can see there's cars parked up and down the streets. The buildings, people are living in some of them. And you know, others, it's a trap house, you know? Could be every 3 is a trap house. You know? They don't have garbage cans. There's garbage on the streets.
Okay.
So, you know,
You're just
you
saying
surf
like
around-
you're just saying to appreciate that like we don't live in a shithole. Okay.
I think that is one perspective to take, but these people call this place home, you know? And sad things happen to them there too, just like you're sad in your room scrolling TikTok. So, you know, we're all sad. I think at the end of the day.
A different way of life. You know, you can think it's sad, but it's just what people know, right? So
I genuinely think that sitting in your room scrolling TikTok causes the sadness.
You're probably right.
It's the constant
no human
comparison, man.
interaction.
It's the constant comparison. Like everybody you're watching is like having a good time while you're just in the dark scrolling.
If everyone's hitting the Philly cheesesteak spot, you know, at least once a week here, there's probably a good sense of community. And that's really what we're missing, right? Bonding over a Philly cheesesteak
You think
as
Oh,
a society.
you think
I mean,
they're-
it's
they're
a
hitting
crazy
this
thing
point?
about like the cost of everything increasing, so people just try to stay in more, and you know, so there's part of the problem too. It's like,
where's the cheesesteaks, man? I'm not seeing any cheesesteaks.
where's the human
on these streets.
cheesesteaks?
Like I
Cheesesteak.
okay, here we go. We got a gas station.
Ooh, the Liberty gas
No,
station.
we don't have these here. It's the Food Mart.
There's probably been shootings there
This is Front Street and Lehigh in
Philadelphia.
Okay, how do I get to Kensington? Trying to
Google
find.
it.
I don't want.
I've never been there. I have no idea.
Kensington's where all the people on fentanyl are.
Oh, true.
Kensington's
Is it-
been like a buzzword lately.
It just reminds me of Detroit a little bit, you know, and how Detroit, it'll be like a whole block and there might be 2 or 3 houses left, or burnt down houses, like 5 on a block, and just trash. And like Detroit, better be
I'll
careful.
never forget. I went to my cousin's wedding, and they had an old church downtown. And on the way there, you just park in all these like fields that used to be, housing plots. There's still some houses that just have nothing in them, seemingly. And I'm just walking down. I'm like, what a nice spot. Very secluded, not very busy, easy access. You can park wherever. And people are walking around. And then you hit the church wedding, you come out of there, and it's just peace and quiet. It was nice.
Yeah.
Here you
What's
go.
interesting about Detroit is at the height it had 1.2 million people, and I think it's down to like around 600 or something, 500.
Yeah, but it's like they still live
500.
there, you know.
How do they live there if it's 1.2 now it's 600?
They moved to the suburbs. It's just they're like fucking 5
Yeah,
minutes
just
outside of the
play out
city.
Metro.
They all just moved out of the city.
It's so
Yeah.
misleading to say that they don't live there anymore, because it's like saying Eminem didn't live there because he lived in Warren, you know. Like
That's a good perspective to take.
the Detroit suburbs are huge.
That's a good point. Never thought about it like that.
What do you mean, man? It's still like I think it's over 2 million metro.
Okay.
It's like 2 or 3 times the population of the Grand Rapids metro. It's still
But the city services that all the suburbs use aren't being taken care of because their tax base is too low.
yeah, because people would rather abandon the city and move to a nicer place than stick around. And they're working on it. Detroit's been improving quite a bit since they got that new mayor.
Been gentrified forever. All
Do they
the
need more Jimmy Johns?
Chinese are buying properties.
Are they in Detroit? The Chinese are buying it up.
That was what I heard from a lot of boomer folk. They're complaining about that years ago.
They're banning that in Canada, man. They stopped letting foreign
Yeah,
companies
foreign.
buy stuff in Vancouver.
It's a good idea. It's kind of a no-brainer, really. If your own people can't afford housing in the country, you should not be selling.
Because they
out
just
to
like
foreign
buy
corporations.
all the properties in one area, and then it's like they change the property value completely because they just don't upgrade it or do anything. They just let it sit and get more decrepit. So that's how they're like trying to manipulate the area and cost value and all that. It's crazy.
All right, last story for the show today, right? We had 4 confirmed tornadoes on was it Tuesday this week?
Oh, what's
Yes,
today's date?
sir.
May
Today's
9th, 2024.
okay, today's the 9th. This video is going to be posted on the 10th, but on the 7th, there was one tornado that was 11 when it was on the ground for 11 miles for 20 minutes. Didn't kill anybody, but it fucked up this FedEx.
FedEx.
Look at this.
Dang.
It's not so good. Definitely the
So it's
worst though I've ever
FedEx
seen.
building that got just completely demolished. You know how big those warehouses are. Trees torn out of the ground.
Yeah. Like
That's probably like an equivalent destruction as the one in the 80s. And that one like actually hurt people. But I mean, people were probably injured, but I think that one in the 80s actually killed people too.
You know, what if the government could seed tornadoes and it's part of like funding businesses to come in and clean up and fix it. So it's almost like it's like manufactured war. You know how it's like you do it for the defense contractors, but they send through tornadoes. So it's like, oh, your house got to get fixed, through insurance. Who knows how insurance works?
Everyone knows how insurance works. You pay it, you pay your premiums, and then they convert those premiums into investments, and they use the profits from the investments to pay themselves. And then they reject your claims so they can make more of a profit. Who doesn't know how insurance works?
Well, all this stuff is through insurance, air quotes.
Well, yeah, but like down in like Florida, like it's not even possible to insure your home if you're like within 100 miles of the coast anymore. So that's the result of this shit.
Yeah.
So I don't think the government has an incentive to make it so people can't live places.
I wonder how many immigrant contractors are going to be fixing the homes the tornadoes broke.
Who cares, man?
No, I don't care. I just think that's an interesting
In
thing to think
busful
about.
droves, they come.
Right, the buses
in
come
the
in and they
streets.
give them like a tool belt full of nails and a hammer.
I'm just saying,
Well,
I've worked.
you know what to do.
Dude, I've worked at the news for over 10 years now. We cover a lot of stories about contractors scamming people. It has always been white dudes,
For sure.
every single time. So
I am honestly, I remember I went bowling one time and I saw a Hispanic family all with shirts on, like they had a contracting company, and you could tell they were out celebrating something, wearing their shirts, like they were all wearing like the contracting company shirt. And I just thought, was like, that's so nice, because white families are like, and black families for that matter, are like divorced and our parents aren't together and all of our families are torn apart, and that they all went and got family shirts and were like repping the business and out having a nice family time. I could really see something in sort of the Mexican culture, and my niece's dad is Mexican, so I can see it a little bit in their family too, how it's like just this big family thing. I don't have a family like that. I'm white,
Yeah, it sucks, dude. Your family's like in Wisconsin though, right? Like
Wisconsin, Colorado, my family's just torn apart, and that's what you get, in modern America. And
That's what you get for being white.
yeah, where's the values these days?
there's no values, dude. Some people still have them though, man. Like if I need to hire a contractor, like one of my neighbors has it's like Reyes Construction on their truck, dude. I probably want to hire them,
Yeah.
Local.
It's easy to like do assessments for, certain people's houses, what the job they want, and just you kind of like, probably once you're in the business long enough, like I was doing it for a while and I was doing landscape, you just get to know like how well put together is this person, and might I take advantage of how they're not aware of everything. Like there's definitely that kind of assessment going on, like they size people up. What kind of stuff's around? How much money they got? Could they care less about how much they spend? That sort of shit's common.
Yeah.
Most of the time, these tornadoes.
Did you get a second opinion? Like,
yeah, they're scammers, dude. Most of the times, these tornadoes are EF0s or EF1s in Michigan, but that one that fucked up Portage was an EF2.
It was close to being a 3. It was like a couple miles per hour off.
I think it was like 5 or so off, but it's one of the worst ones ever.
Imagine it going past like a trailer, and some guy's like runs out and his wife is like, "Babe, it's here!" And he's like, there's like shit flying everywhere, and it's just this, like redneck. His trailer's getting like gonna get blown apart, and he's just out there.
Dude, I was at that time though. I like got off work. I was going to Costco to try to get a hot dog, and I went up in there because it was pouring rain, so I was just drenched. And I saw the garage was closed, and they're like, "It's only shelter right now." And I was like, "For what?" He's like, it's a fucking tornado. He's like, what the fuck you talking about? And I was like, so you guys don't sell any food or hot dogs right now? And he just was staring at me, shaking his head. And I was like, well, fine, I'm out of here then. And I started walking back, and then I heard the sirens, and I was like, oh, he wasn't kidding. Shit.
Oh wow.
Dude, we got some really, really good interviews with the some victims of the tornadoes this week. This is one of my favorite reporters I work with here named Max Goldwasser.
Thanks for
Oh, you guys are on
being willing to
scene.
speak with us. I appreciate it. First, I just got to know, nothing short of a miracle that you're still alive. Are you invincible? How is this possible?
I'm related to Chuck Norris.
The guy just opened with he's
Nice.
related to Chuck Norris. Oh man. But yeah, there's some pretty bad devastation, but everyone's fine. Nobody died.
I lost power for a day or so.
Oh, you lost power,
Dang.
dude?
Yeah, I was out like right when it hit, pretty much like 7, and came back. It was like 24 hours, but shoot, man, I didn't
All right,
get
let's wrap it up
No,
here.
for
I think.
electricity.
So I did want to mention we post every Friday. If you don't notice, every
Fridays.
Friday at 12:15. You can count on us. And check us out on YouTube Shorts. Check us out on TikTok. We got a Twitter. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you want.
YouTube Music now. That's 2 days ago.
Comment down below something.
We know you're on your lunch break.
We
We know
didn't-
you got some media to consume. You got time,
Yeah, this is just listen while you're gaming.
so do it.
You listened to the whole episode, clearly.
All right, thanks for watching, guys.
See you next time.
See you.